Clause 824, changes to requirements for products and services. Compared to the previous one, it was quite involved, 823. Well, 824 has got one sentence and it's pretty straightforward. So let's just read it first. The organisation shall ensure that relevant documented information is amended and that relevant persons are made aware of the changed requirements when the requirements for products and services are changed. There's two halves or two parts to it. One is documentation and the other is persons. And it says that relevant persons are made aware and that relevant documented information is amended. Now, when the services are changed, now this is not authorization to change. This is not the change process. This just doesn't say is when you want to change something, go change it and just change the documentation and tell people that could be impacted by it. This is saying that once a change has been accepted, so there could be a change process or the review. Another, if it's a large change or small change, maybe a review is needed, right? And the outcome of that is we can change, or we're going to change, we're going to implement, make a change to the products and services, and we have made that decision. Well, this clause is saying is when you're going to make, I've decided to make that change, you must A, amend the documentation to show it, and B, inform impacted parties. Because yeah, as I thought about this one before I did it, you see that in a review, all the parties that need to know about a change, it doesn't mean they're entitled to be party to a review, or party to the acceptance or rejection of a change. They might just need to be told, and somebody else might make that agree, a group or whatever is make that agree to that change. So that's the important thing is this is not about approving a change, it's about communicating and recording a change. The other part of this is that recorded documentation. One thing I find important is that I like to see an audit trail back, that if you have a certain product or service and then there's a change to it, either an imposed change, maybe the regulation changes or the customer wants to change or something, and you say we're going to change it from this to the, by the way, change means there's a difference, could be more or less of something. So with this change, there should be a way of looking back and said it was this before and it's this now. Well, if you want to go in and overtype with we wanted 12 blue and 3 red and whatever, and you just change it to something else, and there's somebody says, why did you change that? Well, we made a change. We don't know, we just overtyped it. But if there was a scratching out of it and saying this has been replaced by this on an order or a communication, or maybe you might say, well, I'm going to cancel that order and start a fresh one. And on this one that I cancel, I reference the new order, and on the new order, reference the order. And that way, the change can be identified later on, right? So that's really the only thing I'd say about change is that in this is it's straightforward enough, but just make sure that the impacted parties, the people parties need to know about it, are informed that the change which has been approved is happening. This is the change, and the documentation then accordingly then can show you before and after, whatever it is, that the change can be identified as well. So that's it then. 824, changes to requirements for products and services.